Hello there, this is Marcio, and this is yet another episode of Coding with Agents or Culture Coding with Agents. Okay, so most of these sessions is about documenting the reflections of a builder, a developer. When I worked for Yahoo back in the days, 2004 up to 2005, they would refer to us as web monkeys. Now I'm a builder. It's slightly better. Okay, nevertheless, from monkey to builder, there we are. And what you see is unplanned sessions, most of the cases, but it's an attempt to capture reflections, to raise the bar in terms of the consciousness. All right? Okay. In today's session, I am trying to update what I think is a system that it's going to help me to conquer the world. it's um, it's what I call the meeting system. The meeting system consists of a serious project with the intention of supporting the builder to. It actually started with accountability. Okay, quite painful subject, I would say. But it started with accountability. I needed a system to track every single hour that I'm doing, like the TPS report. If you didn't see the movie Office Space, you should. You must go there and pause this video right now and watch Office Space. But then it's kind of the TPS report. The TPS report is a tracking system for what you do. I regret that I made jokes about reports for years because one day I had to face that reality. If you can't see, you can't tell, you can't reflect, and actually exposing the sessions is about the TPS report with less management about the TPS report. Perhaps nobody actually had anything against TPS reports, right? We just had, struggle with using lots of hours with the mechanical tasks of the TPS reports. That's the only thing, right? But then developers and many people, they I guess they misunderstood the point there. All right. Now, what I have here is this meeting system. I know, by the way, I just returned to this, right? And right now, what's changing, and this is the first thing here for us to pay attention, is that, I can use visual elements to help me switch context between projects that I'm working. So I just, uh, enter the session and the recording and the visuals that you see, it's helping me to remember because it's been like a month that I'm not editing this project. Okay, this is a minor project, but it can be a minor and strategic project for the company or for the person, right? It doesn't matter. But sometimes you got to be able to alternate between projects. And I heard from Elon Musk that one of the most difficult things in his life is context switching. And here I think I'm actually using visual assistants through the AI agentic days to come up with the visual assistants that gives me a visual. It's like entering a meeting room in a company. Oh, why, man, we keep saying, right? Like return to the office. It's a topic, right? It's a theme. Why? Why want to return to the office? Because their thesis, very strong thesis, that returning to the office is great. And then you have a remote person that says, yeah, I can do great job in remote style. Well, there is a case where what's happening is the same thing. Maybe that person doing such a good job in a remote condition is actually filled with the environment and tools like a garage that that person is able to manipulate all those things, right? And the real office gives you lots of visual, physical things and press and people through the hallways talking and quick meetings. And so that's the thing, right? We shouldn't distract ourselves. We shouldn't simplify office versus tools. And of course, if you don't have time, something is working, right? People are just going to accelerate whatever is working. That's not the point of these sessions anyway. Okay. Now, this for me, the meeting system and other systems, you're gonna see all of them now have user interfaces, right? Because I'm asking for the agentic tools to implement those interfaces. But these interfaces are helping me to contextualize it to do the context switching. And I guess that's enough for this session, right? Why should we continue? Because I always say that we gotta leave the party in the right moment. Now, with that giving said, given that, with that being said, part two, let's just work. Okay. All right. So in this system, it's a meeting. I can fetch my meetings by week. I can view the meetings where fetch failed. Wait a minute. Run the server. Okay. Let's recap here. Context switching, right, is the whole idea, right? I'm claiming that. All right. So run the sessions server session. Actually, the code name for this oh wait, where I'm doing in front of that. The code name for this project is Meeting Bro, right? And all right, and I know that I need to turn on the server calendar. Okay, turning on, switching on server calendar. Check. Not sure. Maybe it doesn't say anything. Oh, yeah, actually it does. Right? Yep. Okay. Turning on session systems. Fetch by week. I have an example of a meeting. When I tap there, yeah, I think I loaded a meeting. That's an example meeting. See, the last time I used the system probably was around September, right? Okay. I see a meeting. Oh, wait. Apologies there. I see some meeting info right here. Read only pane for any meeting ping. What the hell is that? Updating bro system. There's some attributes to the meeting, right? See, I don't like that the meeting view appears, the pane appears right there at the bottom, right? I'm using visuals to help me visualize the damn project, right? What is this thing going on here? What is this meeting system anyway? I know that I can fetch meetings by week. I know that I can refresh seasons on the left hand side here. What the hell is that, right? And there's something in the middle. What is this? Launch shell? So I had a shell there inside the web page. Ugh. Check status, run events, but the meeting view right there at the bottom doesn't seem right. That's something for us to update here, right? So with the agents meeting bro, open Visual Code with the codex body. Sip the coffee, the Brazilian coffee. Laptop is after the agentic days. Laptop is resources are laptop performance is not good. Anyway, closing tabs there for Visual Code launch sequence not be too slow. Three, two, one, launch. Three, two, one, welcome, close. Three, two, one, come on. Codex now. Codex is trying to come up. Three, two, one, go. Three, Okay. Meanwhile, we're here and we are here. We are all here together. Activating extensions. Check. All right. All right. Okay. So, all right. So this, I realized, some of this, the prior sessions I actually came across an idea like of writing memos, right? Keeping track of what I'm doing with memos. Aside from, the visual codex, be able to do that, I want to log everything, sum up the ideas in terms of management as well, right? But so we write memos. Now, okay, so let me do an update here. So I was thinking in us to change the view UI for the, what is the thing? Meeting view pane. Meeting view pane. It seems to appear here inside, the under the what? The meeting session console. But then I have the, wait, let's look at this, right? We have the fetch and the browsing panes on the left hand side, and we have the working canvas, and we have the session console, and this meeting view is just something to visualize. Meeting panes. I don't know where to put this thing, seriously, so far. But I'm gonna put on next to the meeting session console. Okay, it seems to appear under the meeting session console. Meeting session console. So I was thinking if we could refactor a bit. Now asking for refactor. Okay, because I don't remember if we had the concept of sidebars that could be stacking. I was thinking if we could refactor a bit the sidebar stacks. Okay, and then as in by columns first. So I wanted that meeting that meeting view pane to be another new plus sidebar on the right. Okay, maybe you can keep up a concept of stacks for sidebars. Now, keep in mind that the stretch one is the canvas. Okay, do you think that is feasible? This may have to do with which do we have a concept where do we keep the main sidebars organization? Wondering first before code, as we may write a, but you can surely write a memo, readme memo, uh, November today, 100 sidebars MD with the SCQA Barbaramento proposition here, and potential answer. Initial brief analysis of a simple approach for this refactoring. Okay, so what I'm saying is this, right? That, by the way, SCQA, Barbara Mead, if you don't know, it's Barbara Mead is one of the, it's basically the person that revolutionized executive communications. And for the situations of a solutions-oriented reader audience, you need to organize using Barbara Minto style communications. You can see, you can search for Barbara Minto, the pyramid, the Minto pyramid principle, or SCQA, and that's basically the communication approach that, to a certain extent, I can say that revolutionized communication society in Kingston. Barbara also, if you want to know more about her, you should see the talk from Michael Deering. There is a talk, a great talk entitled Executive Communications by Silicon Valley investor Michael Deering from Harrison Metal. It changed my life, and that work, that talk, and the work of Barbara Minto will change your life. Guaranteed there. Okay, there's the coffee here. The coffee. Wait for the consideration. So the memo is produced, right? Now the memo is produced. It's not a short memo. And okay, situation. The meeting session lays out three flex column left sidebar stack, something sees on the upper stretch center canvas right stack. Meeting session console, meeting view, meeting dump. Pane visibility collapse managed by pane stack. The meeting view UI is rendered. So situation is the reality, right? Complication why we are here. The meeting view currently lives beneath the meeting session console in the right column, but the column structure is hard code in HTML, CSS, making it awkward to reorder, add, or treat sidebars as stackable blocks. We want to clear by columns for this organization with the canvas stain, the stretch area, and the dedicated right-hand sidebar stack that can host the meeting view as its own unit. Question: how to refactor layout to express sidebars as column for stacks, keeping the canvas flexible in the middle, slot the meeting view as an explicit right stack pane without brittle markup tweaks. Yeah. Um, um, yes, it's feasible. Answer: centralize the column pane definition to small layout config and render organized text from that config, keeping pane stack behaviors for pane levels toggles. The canvas remain flex grows center, right, left stacks become declarative collections of pane IDs components so we can move the meeting view and future panes without manual DOM shuffling. That's interesting. Lots of jargon there, but there's some logic in the organization. I think Barbara would probably agree with that. We'll, um, and quick feasibility read, technically low risk layout, static HTML with no framework, pane stack already, abstracts show height, CSS markup with factor, layout map, no server PHMs need, meeting view already exposed, window meeting view show meeting. Moving in Spain does not affect invocation. Where the sidebars are organized today, public session, pane toggles, meeting UI, meetings. Simple refactor approach, column first, introduce layout map, a sidebar stacks object, declaring pane IDs, collapse hidden, render or reorder panes via JS, keep canvas stretched, isolate meeting view as its own stack entry, optional polish add column level toggles, collapse entire stack, expose minimal config. Note risks, spot CSS specificity when reparenting panes, keep with max width constraints on siders. Ensure pane stack sync toggle icons to find the right buttons. Avoid changing pane IDs, colors, depend on them. Okay, okay. Go ahead and l- let us achieve the goal of the meeting view, meeting view, meeting view to appear as a plus cycle. Since we don't have nested panes, I think all the panes can simply shall be using same pane style. Okay. I don't know why I said that. All right, so basically here we are asking for the tool to go ahead and do it. Okay, but this gave me an opportunity to look and contextualize, the sexual system because it's being like months, right? They're not working. And by organizing the visual here, so I keep like, I think I just caught myself as a chief operation officer. Somehow, something tells me that the role now is chief operation officer because we're going to be changing things fast and we need to visualize things. So, reorganizing things, reorganizing information is about visualizing information, create means for visualizing things, right? And in this case today, it doesn't really matter, right? The small update in this project is about the meeting view. It's sitting there, and if I want to browse those meetings, I need to see the meeting, right? So if I'm first browsing meetings, I need to see the meetings. Okay, now, right now, we have something, right? We have something here. This is not the shell I want. This is the shell I want. So I call him again. Reload this system here. The meeting view right there, close. Reload. Ah, so the meeting view, it's always there, right? View, at least it appears, right? Maybe it was there. See, I saw a bug now, right? But I didn't see the bug. So the bug is when I load, the meeting view is sitting there, although there's nothing to, it's not, right? There's nothing there. And if I close, that's okay. At least it opens when I close. But then if I load the system, the meeting view is empty, right? But I couldn't see that problem because the meeting view was sitting there under the meeting session console, right? This is really nice because I see now I can see some of the meetings. Now I remember, right? Because the system that I'm making is something like this. Right? Is you see that some meetings have tools attached to the meetings, right? Like terminals. It's like elements pinned there, right? And meetings have seasons. Ah, now I can see. Yes, I know what I was doing here. Mhm. All right, let's close this session because I made the point, I guess. Working remotely may work if we create the immersive environment, right? This meta universe style. that is like the garage for every single project. And switching tasks and switching the context involves switching the garage, right? Perhaps. Thank you very much. Oh, some effects there. Time for visual effects, right? Thank you very much.